There we go. Hi everyone. Good evening. Welcome to the second podium of RenGS. So since it's already very late, guys, we should probably just head to the questions already and start. What do you think, Admin Tricky?
Yeah, let's go. Let's go. This is long.
So the questions here are the collection of the highly upvoted ones. So before we start off with that, this is just a personal question from us moderators. So Admin Tricky, when can we expect a better handling of the rollback system? Specifically, integrating a system that follows a smoother flowchart for handling rollbacks po. Because the amount of backlogs needs to be cleared na po talaga.
Oh yeah. Regarding those rollbacks, as of now, um, I think this developer is famous for to all players. Devis is making a tool for other GMs to be able to track rollback items as well. Because as of now, since the tool they're using is inside our server access, it is very limited and we can't let everyone access it. So that's why it's taking so long. But then, as to what I've said, Devis is making another tool. So many GMs can help in solving those rollbacks.
So in the following days, Admin Tricky, can we expect a faster response to those students who have directly messaged the admins po?
Yeah, for sure,
Specifically
for sure.
towards
Yeah,
their rollbacks? Okay po.
yeah,
So moving forward,
yeah,
yes. Mhm. Okay, so moving forward, admin, um, I know for a fact that you're aware that with the recent changes in server or host rather,
yeah.
yes, it caused
What
several
about it?
players requiring VPNs to not be disconnected. Students from all around the world are experiencing DC issues. How can we help besides suggesting paid VPNs?
Regarding that, is it really required to use VPN? I think Mahad is here. Um,
Sure, we can invite him to speak, but players that are currently in the podium chat, please voice out your concern, especially those who are having DC issues.
do you want to address that, Mahad?
Yes. First of all, we're having troubles with like the overseas at the moment, overseas players for this connection issues. Some of the ISPs here in the Philippines is also having troubles to connect to our game, at least. But we are working as a team, at least, into fixing like the problems that we are currently having. So we are starting to implement the new or to roll out new server strategies to prevent disconnection issues and so on.
Okay, thank you for that, Sir Mahan. So, moving forward with that, let's talk about some major changes that have been happening in the RanGS community.
Yeah,
Major
sure.
changes. Yes, sir, Admin Tricky.
Yeah, sure, sure. Go, go, go.
Mhm. Major changes should be voiced out first before implementing so that the admins can collect factual evidences before making changes as it greatly affects the player base. I think we can all agree that there have been recent changes, especially with the Paradise ticket,
Yeah.
that were changed without necessarily collecting enough evidences to support the recent nerf to it. How can we avoid that in the future, Admin Tricky?
Um, it's just because sometimes there are changes that we really need to do. For example, this Paradise ticket when it's first released, the item drop, as we all know, was so good. Um, but because of that, also many users also message us that the existing crafting materials will lose its value. So we discuss about it right away. Then I think during this discussion, we find it really bothering for those who already have the items. That's why we decided to decrease it. As we all know, we decrease it a little bit too much at first, but then we also adjust it right away after.
Hmm. And with that being said, admin tricky, for sure the admins are open to suggestions also when it comes to
Yeah,
future changes in drop rates, right?
yeah,
Hmm. So with that, we now have to tackle the very obvious question. Where
sure.
is the concrete roadmap that was discussed during the last podium po?
Actually, about that, I wanna answer that. Concrete roadmap. For you guys who's looking for it. Maybe this is the best answer I can give for now. Um, there's still a very long way to go for updates. The reason why we do not update the game so fast is for players who hunt and reform their items to maximize it first. Um, the best example that I can give you is right now we have like Thunderbolt armors as our last armor, right? Um,
Yes po.
the perfect example will be will not be updating the final armor yet unless almost 85% of our players already have it. So if you're looking for a roadmap that will have a date, a timeline when it will be released, um, what I can say is we can release a list of the updates, but we can't give out the perfect timeline for it. Are you getting my point? It's
Yes,
because we're depending on the existing regulating items first before we proceed to the next updates.
mhm. With that being said, though, Admin Tricky, I do have to clarify the suggestion that was collected. In regards to the concrete roadmap that was said a while ago by me,
Yeah,
I don't think that the players necessarily want a specific date, but rather
yeah,
the decisions of what is now being handled through the
yeah,
roadmap. So, for example, right now, with the constant release of grindstones, constant release of new accessories, even though,
yeah,
as you have said, that changes should be made when 75% of the player base has already the specific armor, specific accessory that you want, right?
yeah.
When was this collected? Why was the Valor accessories released when there was no concrete evidence that 75% of the player base already had the crafted material, the crafted accessories po?
Actually, this Valor accessories, as you all know, is not in the GS in the original Run GS before. It is only in Run Philippines. If I think many of our players played that. Um, we just thought that releasing um, those new accessories, even though players are still crafting the old ones, is as we can see, um, our PvP events are really passive whenever we don't have any events. So we're gathering like the PvP players infos from MP, from Phoenix, from S3. The PvP is getting passive. So with this one, we try to make another accessories. As you all know, the Valor accessories will be really powerful when you make it. Then we try to integrate it with together with the PvP. So the more you play the PvP, there's a more chance you'll get it.
Okay, thank you for that, Admin Tricky. Moving over to the next question. The recent changes has made the newbie players experience worse. The changes
Um,
in map drops po are
yeah,
healthy and good long term.
yeah,
But due to the nerf and back-to-back server end issues, farmers and max level alike are no longer staying in low-level maps. For example, the
mm,
HB51, thus
yeah.
making the low-level experience bad for newbies as they do not have the means to level alone. What are the thoughts of admins on this po?
Regarding that, it is already brought up to discussion, and I think one thing that would help our newbies is we're planning a mini, like race event for new players, something like that. But it's not really final yet. Um, we all know that nerfing the drops on 51F made many angry, but as you all know, once there's an instance farming dungeon, our economy will really blow up if we don't control it as early as now. So yeah, we'll be making an event to help those newbies, to our new players, for them to be able to level up.
Mm-hmm. Okay. S the next one, admin. Admins take pride in not playing the game, which is very understandable, of course.
Yeah,
But due to that, it seems like the decisions that are being made are constantly tone deaf. The Rangia's economy is changing in such a rapid pace, where it is no longer achievable for certain gold burns to be realistically achievable by our free to play or our newbies. Is the free to play or newbie population even considered when making these decisions?
yeah. Actually, there's a lot of factors to consider before making these decisions. For example, like those valors, as you all know, even though a spender spends a lot, he can't really craft it, um, right away. He need help. If we want to buy those materials, he need helps from our farmers, from our free to play players, because that's how we set up those accessories. But then, for sure, these free-to-play players and newbies will be considered moving forward. And I think during this podium, we learned that in the future, before we make big changes, I think a poll is really necessary to make first.
Mhm. So, admin, can we learn more about the gold burn decisions that have been made or are being made, or rather in the works already?
Actually, there's a lot already listed here, but as to what I've said earlier, we need to consider a lot of factors first before we implement those gold burns. But for sure, good items will be on NPC. Um, I think one um, what you call this? One thing is also, I think Rafa get it from one player that those gotcha box. I think those random box that you guys want. Yeah, for sure we'll have it on NPC.
So, due to the server becoming more stable po, admin, I wouldn't say in the recent days, but for the past few days, ever since Mahad was here, the stable
Yeah,
is slowly becoming more stable.
yeah,
Students are starting to lose interest due to the balancing needed to be done on different classes po. I
yeah.
know that you've said earlier that the roadmap you are trying to provide cannot have a distinct date to it. But then again, at what part of the roadmap will this be handled? The meta is getting stale and bad classes are performing even worse.
Yeah, as of now, I think there's just certain characters that needs to be revamped, like Int Assassin. What else? We're actually looking into it, but as you all know, we don't want to revamp a character right away without thinking about it first. Because if you release an OP character, then it will not be good as well. So yeah, I think um, character revamp will take time, but we'll see about it.
Mhm. So moving forward, admin, regarding the daily attendance reward,
Yeah.
is there any update on it?
For the Christmas, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, actually, one of the devs now is doing it. I think we'll patch it on our next maintenance. Then, yeah, it will start after then.
The removal of pet food and detergent on the website was a good decision po. It was said that the novice kit was also being discussed
Yeah,
to be a gold burn mechanic. Any update on
yeah.
that?
I think that's in our patch note now. So yeah, I think that will be released as well. but can you remind me again about it later?
Of course, admin tricky.
Thank you, thank you.
Moving forward, but there are certain students who are messaging the moderators asking, where is the easy and normal contribution NPC? They're still not in game po.
Oh yeah, I think that's being discussed by our devs, and for sure they will have it after they finish doing it. It's just, there are a lot of things that we want our devs to do, but then this random occurring server problems that needs to be handled urgently is taking our devs time. That's why those updates are getting delayed, and for
Mhm.
sure we'll have those.
Moving over to the client and UI suggestions po.
Yeah,
I don't know if you were watching po during the guild domination rather.
yeah,
There are several people who got DC'd because of
the
the
skill
amount
effect.
of dead bodies. Yes, the skill
Oh
effects,
no,
the
yeah.
amount of dead bodies, and such po. Where are we on that po?
Regarding that, I think your favorite dev is can answer that. Events reset dev is,
Mhm.
but I think yeah, that's possible. Removal of dead bodies,
As
but
well as the hide skill effects, right?
yeah, but we need to test that first. But because it might create, if like on
Mhm.
Club Wars, um, you died, then the dead bodies cannot be seen by your shaman, then that's be a problem as well. So yeah, we'll see
Mhm.
about it.
And speaking of UI changes, I hope that the macro is also on that list, right?
Yeah, yeah.
The available
Yes,
time
it is.
left is still not in. Players still cannot use their F1 to F3, as well as there are no options to auto feed your pet.
Yeah, that's in the list
Mhm.
as well. We'll do it.
Okay. So, due to the server stability, right?
Yeah.
Obviously, there's still going to be problems, especially during peak hours such as TW. Constant
Yeah.
DCs are affecting the player stats when disconnected from TW po. Is there a way we can retain the stats even though they
Oh,
they get disconnected?
yeah. I think we're discussing about it before. I think there's a possibility to do it, like in other, as you know, other servers can do it, but I don't see any GS gameplay that has done it. But yeah, for sure we'll try to do it.
Mhm. Now, regarding going back to the previous podium,
Yeah, sure, sure.
where is the PvP events that were promised weekly,
Oh yeah,
specifically during the weekends?
wait up, we're not the PvP event.
Mhm.
You're asking for like the 1v1, 3v3, 5v5, 8v8, right?
Yes,
No.
during the last podium, it was suggested po.
Yeah. The reason why we do not do those kind of events, but we'll have that for sure. But it is already lined up, and those are just mini events. We all know that way back in Run GS, Run World Tournament are a big deal. I think our players know that. Mini events, we can have those, and GMs will facilitate it. In addition to tournaments, um, I um, I saw something that is suggested there to provide GM accounts, but I don't think GM provided accounts is not ideal since what is the use of you guys performing your items if we will not use it? So
Mhm.
yeah, regarding on
Exactly.
those mini events, for sure we'll have that. I'll be meeting with the GMs regarding that, but for that 1v1, 3v3, 5v5, 8v8, those are big events and that's already lined up and we'll have it for sure.
Mhm. So now that we've tackled the easier to answer questions, Sir
Yeah.
Admin Tricky, I think now we need to address the elephant in the room. For example, the sudden changes that heavily affected the player base, such as the decision to remove shooting and melee in the 3% bracelet.
Oh yeah. Okay, well, let's address that. Melee shooting regen bracelets. Actually, they are not really existing on the original GS file. I admit it that it was our mistake to put melee and shooting stats on that bracelet before. Mm, those bracelets are called regen bracelets for a reason. If you continue to put those stats into those items, then what's the use of the other bracelets that's supposed to have melee and shooting? I know some players are saying why not remove the existing regen bracelets that have melee and shooting as well. Um, so it will be fair for them. If you remember it right, um, we had an announcement during that maintenance before we remove the melee and shooting stat on those bracelets. So you should already know during that time that when you craft those bracelets, it will not have melee and shooting anymore. So we actually can't just remove it, remove the existing one as well because, as you all know, it will not be fair as well to those who have it.
Mhm. And then, lastly, Admin Tricky,
Yeah,
before we allow the other moderators to also have their own questions, but also let's tackle some of the questions here in the general chat.
sure, sure, sure.
First, first Admin Tricky, why was the boss hunt schedule changed even though there was a poll that was collected beforehand?
Actually, we had that poll because a lot of our Chinese players are suggesting to GM Terra that during those times many of them are not available, so we decided to just add what's it called this boss response schedule, but then we divided it to um, the to fair time for our existing players, then those Chinese players, then we have our players from West as well. So it is, as you all know, it's really hard to decide what's the perfect time for the boss to put. But then that's why we do it like
Mhm.
that. We put it in different time.
I understand, Admin Tricky.
Mm.
Balancing such things are very hard decisions, especially since we have player bases from all around the country.
Yeah.
Now, first, before we move to the to the chat questions,
Yeah.
moderator Chloe, moderator Nor, do you guys have any questions?
Yes. Well, this is following the concern of some players that are quite surprised whenever after the maintenance there's a huge changes. So is it possible that unofficial patch notes can be released before the maintenance and the official one released following the maintenance? Would that be
Yeah.
possible?
Yeah. Actually, that will be really good. Unofficial patch notes first, so players will be aware regarding that. Then, if after maintenance we'll be able to do it, then it will be released as official patch notes. Yeah, we can do it. That's a very good suggestion.
Thank you, admin. Well, um, with that being said, there's also a concern with the constant maintenance within the week. I think the
Yeah.
worst we had was more than 7 times in within the same week. So,
Yeah.
um, without the server issues aside, is the 3 times weekly maintenance really necessary? And if it's not, then is it possible for a server refresh and not really a weekly maintenance?
Yeah. Actually, that three maintenance per week is necessary for our devs to be able to clear the data that our server collected during like 2 days. As we all know, there's a lot of players, and that will be equivalent to a lot of data. But then, uh, regarding the maintenance being long, is just sometimes, as to what I've said earlier, also random problem of the server occurs. So instead of just having a server refresh and restart, we're trying to fix it first before we um, up the server again. That's why it's taking so long. But supposedly those 3 maintenance per week should be just short, and we'll try to do it as much as possible we can. But if we need to address something, yeah, it might take long really.
I see. Thank you, admin. And this is also one of the questions or most questions from the players regarding the personal search store card. Would this be functional anytime soon?
Actually, with if you remember it, before, we're like having delays on market, right? Like we can't buy the item uh of those vending characters. Then one of the fix that we found out is when we disabled that personal storage source card, suddenly it got fixed. But as you all know, we don't like our fix to be just like that. So our devs are still in the works, trying to find out what's causing it to be that way. So, but for sure we'll have it in the future if it will not be a hindrance anymore in our server.
Thank you, admin. Well, since it was part of the causes of previously the server getting disconnected, server issues. Can I please ask on behalf of the players, what's the current status of the server? And with regards to the disconnection issue right now, how is it being handled?
Actually, to be honest with you guys, we're using like different hosts as of now. But as per Mahad, will stick to AWS because it is the best host so far. But then um, I think they will try to integrate something like a protection of other hosts that then implement it on this AWS. But who knows? That's developers' work. So I don't think Mahad is still here, but yeah, we'll we'll stick to AWS for sure.
Thank you for that, admin. And lastly, this I think this one was already addressed. However, there are still players with their information hidden or in private. So um may I know what's causing this one? Because as Mahad previously mentioned in the general chat, it was already addressed. However, some players reached out that they can still see some players with their information hidden.
Yeah, with that, our developers are still testing it. Actually, we're trying to disable that function already, but then I don't know why it's still not being why it's not working properly. But then uh is Mahad is not here because they're the ones who can answer it. But then yeah, they're trying to fix it as well. But as you all know, they need to keep on testing it. We tried to apply it on different maintenance before, but I don't know what else is happening there.
I see. Thank you so much for that. I mean, this would be my
Oh yeah, sorry,
last.
sorry. If I
Yeah.
may cut you, I just saw this something that close information from other servers over the sorting for server. That is one thing that's affecting it, and that's one thing that our devs are addressing. So yeah,
Thank you, admin.
sorry.
This is the last one. This has been brought up from the previous podium. However, it seems like the answer was quite vague. So I would like to ask again, would it be possible for a timer for macro potion?
Yeah, that's possible. Um, it is already in the works as well, but as you all know, we need to test it first before we release it because it might give us more problems than fix some.
Thank you, admin. If it's possible po,
Yeah.
is there like any time frame or possible target on when this would be possible for the macro timer to be enabled?
Because our devs are working on this patch on the Christmas event on this what you call this? Wait, let me check my patch note. Mm, yeah, devs are patching this Christmas event. Then we're fixing something about astral weapons, the paradise tickets, 3 hours, EV potions, and other stuffs on NPCs. But as of now, I can't give any timeline for when it will be implemented. But it is implemented before in GS, so yeah, it can be implemented in here as well. What else?
Thank you, admin. And this is quite some suggestions from players regarding the HB51F.
Yeah,
Is it possible that we add back some drops on that specific map with
yeah.
the condition of a time limit?
We actually add the items that we may remove before there, but then we set it in a lower rate when it will be dropped. So as you all know, we removed the silver and the gold keys before, but then we brought it back as well. And I think that's the only items that we removed there. I think I'm all for those.
And lastly, admin, some players are requesting if it's possible, since it's already holiday season and
Yeah.
most players don't have an idea on what's the event during the season that the server is gonna present them. So would it be possible that um, probably within this week a release, I mean, a note, an announcement could be released on the upcoming events for the server? It's because some players since start of December have been asking if there would be a Christmas event for the server at all. So would it be possible?
Yeah. The Christmas event will be patched next maintenance, and it will be released after it. Just to spell it, the Christmas event is just easy. It's a daily login event. Wherein you get to have items on NPC with just logging in daily. So yeah, it will be patched on next maintenance for sure.
Thank you, admin. That would be all for me.
Okay, thank you for that, moderator Chloe. Moving forward, Admin Tricky, I think it's time we spend a little bit more um, focus on the podium chat right now. Are
Uh,
you okay with answering some of the questions?
yeah,
Mm-hmm. Okay,
for sure.
admin. So, guys, please type your questions for now. While they're typing, let me just ask the most common ones right now.
Actually, I think what's the most common one now? Yeah, for those asking, where's Admin Leo? Admin Leo have personal matters to attend to. But don't worry, guys, because yeah, as to what I've said on general chat, um, Admin Leo is one of the heads, but he's on a different department. And I am the head of the main development of the game, so the game will continue as we wait for him to come back. So yeah, I spilled it. It's not impossible that Admin Leo will be back sometime soon. For the personal reason, I don't think we need to discuss about it. It's personal. It's called personal for a reason.
Yes, thank you for that, Admin Tricky. Now, would it be okay, Admin Tricky, for you to give guidance or clearance when it comes to the amount of pet skill issues that we're having right now? What's happening with it po?
Actually, pet skill is being handled by Devis and Sim lose now, but um, we're getting bombarded of false claims, reports here. So I told them already, like, what time is it now? Like around 9 p.m. that you can start blocking accounts um if the players are really claiming that they lose a lot of pet skills, but then when they track it, they don't really have it. It's giving more delay for us to process the pet skills. So yeah, but don't worry for those who filed false claims. If you get blocked, you know what to do. Just reach out. You're not permanently blocked, but you need to explain why you do it.
Yes po. And then there are some students who are asking about updated country items. Is there any news on that?
Contribution items will be released together um, with the next set of items for sure, because it will have side effect with it. So as to what I've said earlier, we're monitoring the existence of the um, existing items first before we proceed to the next set of items.
Hmm. And then admin, since Valor accessories are now available,
Yeah.
is it possible to decrease I mean rather increase the crafting rate for legendary extinct bracelets since there is already a better one available? Because right now it's only at 8%
Yeah.
chance.
Um, we can actually do it if I'll sit down. I'll discuss it with the team, but yeah, we can do it
Mhm.
if you
Moving
think it's
forward, admin, with the other events po.
yeah,
After the Christmas and after the New Year event, can we
yeah,
expect more strategically implemented events that happens on a regular basis?
yeah, for sure. As you all know, as to what I've said earlier, for those looking for Run World Party Tournament, something like that, you should prepare next year because it's coming.
Mhm. And then during the last podium, I'm not sure if it was you or Admin Leo who answered this, but
Yeah,
you guys agreed that there should be a gold burn way for newbies to buy costumes, even though it's the ugly ones, just so that they can have a way for their blessed paper to be used.
oh
Is
yeah,
there
yeah.
any news on that?
I think that would be um. I think we have an NPC called Mr. Ukay before, so yeah, I'll discuss with the devs for us to be able to release it. But yeah, we have it.
Mhm. Going back to the meta admin, there are a lot of students right now complaining that RunGS right now is a brawler meta
Yeah,
because the admins are strictly against the addition of ITZY. I mean, in in some degree, I do agree that already broken classes will be more difficult to balance with the addition of the extra 30.
yeah,
But how are we going to tackle the class balancing if there are certain classes that really cannot uh, participate to the fullest because they lack the skill points to do so? One example is the Pau Shamans.
yeah,
Another one is the skills of Int Assassins being incredibly slow.
yeah,
I mean, that's the reason why nobody plays Int Assassins right now. And then I think another one that was suggested and was highly upvoted was the ability for gunners to use their movement speed while running.
yeah.
What are your opinions on that, admin tricking?
I think many brawlers will react on this one. Um, Actually, because I read that Gunner Light Speed to be buffed as a that can be cast while moving. If you observe, there are a lot of brawlers that have does have bug range as well, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's because of their light speed, uh, because they can cast it while moving, and that's what
Mm-hmm.
making them like bug in your view. But if you
Mhm.
look into that brawler's view, he's actually right beside the characters he's hitting. So um, the discussion of nerfing the brawler lightspeed is in discussion, but we'll see if our team will agree on that. But yeah,
Mhm.
that's one thing why we're not implementing that moving cast to other characters.
Mhm. My suggestion only, admin tricky. When it
Yeah,
comes to the discussion of balancing classes, I highly suggest for the admins to tackle this through interviewing highly ranking students of those specific classes po.
yeah.
And then, guys, come on, keep asking. We still have about.
Is this
Mm,
Kane the shaman on MP?
yes, yes, admin. I'm sorry.
This Kane? Kane
Yeah,
this one? Okay.
yeah. Kane is one of the top shamans in MP school. And then admin, another one. I think you've already read this multiple times already.
Yeah,
And this is also a personal experience.
yeah,
It's so hard to play as a shaman, especially since our movement speed is incredibly slow.
yeah.
Plus that we need to recast Magnetic Shaft, Rampage, and Dahan's Breath over and over again. What are your thought process on that, admin Tricky?
For that shaman move speed, yeah, it's in discussion if we'll put this, you'll know, this passive skill before the shaman have, so they'll be able to cope up when the party is running. Because yeah, as we observe during regroup time, they're all there. When they all run, shaman is left behind. So yeah.
Mhm. This is a very interesting one, admin. Why is grindstones always quote unquote in demand when there
Yeah.
are no people in general chat asking for it?
Actually, those this restocking of grindstone, I am the one in charge of it when to release it, but I always make sure to check with the devs first, to check the circulating supplies in game before restocking it. As of now, you may notice that we're releasing many stocks, but then, as you all know, Black Friday came. Now it's year-end sale, but expect that after these sales are finished, it will not be released again right away. So I think that's a bonus for those who have it now. You better save it.
Okay po. Uh,
Admin,
yes.
sorry. With regards to the current events, would it be possible that we can get or an obtainable permanent costume for our students?
Um, as much as possible, um, I think the team doesn't want to release a permanent costume. Because we are releasing, costumes in our events, in our like what you call this, Halloween event, then this coming Christmas event. So if we release permanent costumes, then I don't think players will still be interested in doing those events where they'll be able to get different costumes again.
And then admin, another one po.
Yeah.
Um, there are people who are also asking if another idea for the newbie events. Maybe we can also create a new cap race reward, but only for the newbies po.
Yeah, actually it's already, I don't know if already said it before, but yeah, we're thinking on having an event for the newbies, for our new players.
Mhm.
Um, but it's not yet final,
Mhm.
but we're still making it. So yeah,
Yes po. So during the last podium po, it was stated that weapon costumes will be released this Christmas sale. Is there
oh
any news on that po? Because there's no weapon costume yet.
yeah. Actually, we already patched it. Then we tested it, but then uh, blessed paper is not affecting it, so we decided to not release it first. But we'll try to do it again on the next maintenance, and if it's success, we'll release it.
Mm-hmm. Yes po, admin. Thank you po.
Let me. I just want to address this one. The removal of one hit of extreme because it's not existence in RunGS. Actually, it is there. It is existing in RunGS.
Yes po. Sorry.
Please.
Yes, this is a very interesting one po, Sir Admin.
Yeah.
Regarding the new cap race, if ever it will be implemented, how will you know if it's a new player and not an old player disguising as a new one?
That will be devs work to do it.
Mm-hmm.
But we're somehow we somehow want to balance it, like even the old ones can still join, but it will be more focused on the new players. It's like uh well, we'll see. We'll still make it. It's really hard to tell it first now.
Mm-hmm. And then with the elixir lunch boxes, the spicy
Yeah.
pork, the non-ending discussion regarding that, admin,
Yeah.
is the decision with the elixir lunchbox and the spicy pork final, specifically the elixir only lasting for 10
And
minutes
yeah.
while costing 10 million, and the spicy pork costing 50 million, I believe, but only lasting for 30 minutes. With that, it's not even the full duration of a TW match.
Yeah. We actually decided on that one to be on the elixirs to be like that because as you all know, um it adds more stats. It's 7% attack, but then it adds melee, shooting, and energy, accuracy, evasion. So as of now, there's no discussion on whether we'll change it or not. But uh,
Sorry.
yeah, we'll see what the team will decide about it. But as of now, there's really no discussion about it.
Mhm. Yes, but so for now, I'm not really seeing any new questions. Would it be okay, admin, if we give them another 5 minutes? But
Yeah, sure.
come on,
I
guys.
actually have I actually have one.
Yeah,
Yan. Okay, go, Nord.
go.
Sir, just to clear things out, are we somehow related to Sacred Run Online?
For that one, as much as possible, I don't want to answer it, but we're not really related to Sacred Run. But I think you guys are saying their website somehow the same as to our website. Uh, that's because one of our team who was whom we caught with something not good is working on their side now because and he's not in our team anymore. So and yeah, he's the one handling the website before. But as much as possible, we don't want any issues with them. But just to clear things out, we're not related to them.
Thank you, admin. Some players requested that we get a female streamer to advertise our server
Yeah.
so we can encourage newbies to join RunGS. With that being said, I'm going to focus on the newbies. Would it be possible for the newbie box to be reformed or uh, made some changes as the box level requirement is quite high for a newbie?
Okay, so we certainly will look into that. If our newbies are having a hard time training using our newbie box, yeah, we'll change it if needed. But and I'm just reading the chat regarding the female streamer. Yeah, we're open. If someone wants to stream and a female and wants to battle with Asian caster and yeah, go. It's open.
Okay po. So this question, admin, is very interesting because when I was hired in the first week po, there was this drama ongoing in the Thai channel.
Oh yeah.
There, I'm not sure, admin. I'm sure you're aware of this, right? There is still an ongoing this secret Discord server
Yeah.
of specifically Thai creators of cheat engines that they are selling to our players. As a matter of
Yeah.
fact, I'm still in their Discord server po.
Yeah.
What is going on with this? What is the things that you guys are doing to avoid it po?
On that one, that's Devis that's working on that now because he's the one who'll be doing a counter regarding that. But as of now, since Devis is still doing it, we're receiving reports that some players are using cheats. And if we confirm that they're really using cheats, we need to block their accounts first. Then we'll have to talk to them first. If
Mhm.
yeah,
Yes. So another student is asking this po. Why was the spawn time of bosses po changed from the previous one wherein it spawned every 6 hours po? Does this have something to do with limiting the availability of the Thunderbolt items?
actually no. We changed it to be like that since, as we've announced, we'll have like 3 maintenance per week, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, but then there's still if a random problem occurred, then our server needs to refresh. As you all know, when we stick to that schedule, every time we do a refresh or restart, all the boss will spawn and the items will, you know, the item progress will be really fast if that's the way. So, but then,
Okay po. Sorry. The general chat is funny right now.
yeah,
Um. Okay. Here we go, admin. Since
Uh,
the yes, Sir Noy, ikaw muna.
uh, I have another question, Admin Tricky, with
yeah, sure,
regards
sure.
to cheating.
Yeah,
Are we going to have hardware ID ban
actually,
since they
Mahad is on
are
the works.
yun? Nice
Actually,
one.
Mahad is doing it. But as you all know, as much as possible, we don't want to block players like that. We want them to continue playing here, so we'll have this many players as much as we can. But yeah, it's just I don't get it why players want to cheat. So, but yeah, on hardware ban, Mahad is on the work. So if that's implemented, then we caught you cheating. Then sorry.
Another one po, admin tricky, in regards to the UI changes po. There are players suggesting to bring back the ability to lock a certain inventory
Oh
bag.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Is it possible po?
It is possible because it was made in RunGS, as you all know. Anything made in RunGS is possible to be made here. It's just it will take time as our developers needs to find it on the source, then do it.
Mhm.
I think there's a
Okay
lot
po.
of players nominating Kane to be a streamer.
Yes.
Yeah,
Female streamer to be exact po.
yeah. She's
Mhm.
good, especially
Yes,
when
she's very good.
upgrading items. Yeah, she's very good.
Yes po. And then, sorry. Another one po, admin. This discussion just doesn't end po. Whenever I explore the suggestion channel po,
Yeah,
is the decision to limit the talisman bullets and arrows to 1,500. Is that
yeah.
really the max that we can do?
Actually, we can increase it if the whole team will agree to it.
Mhm. A
We
lot of
can still.
players, yes, a lot of players po actually are. This is including me. A lot
Yeah,
of the players are suggesting that if it's even possible, maybe we can add an Archon item that gives 7 days.
yeah. Actually, we have
Mhm.
that in RunJS2 before, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
If it's possible po. But also, admin trick, I'm gonna say this right now, but please make the price realistic and approachable by all walks of gamers pa, from free to play to ano pa.
Yeah. Actually, if like that, I think we can have it like in gold as well in NPC, but we'll see how the team will decide about it.
Mhm. And then with the spicy pork po, going back, there's another student here asking po. He's actually given us a math already.
Yeah,
If you guys make spicy pork 2 to 3M, let's say the TW players per school is 90, 90 times 3 is
yeah,
90, 270. 270 times 3M is 540 million.
yeah,
Times it by 8, which is the amount of TWs per day, that's around 4 billion 320
yeah.
million po per day.
But
What's your opinion
actually,
on that po?
we can really use this as base because not all players will use the spicy pork when they're playing.
TW,
Um,
yes.
yeah. So regarding that, I don't know. We'll see. I don't know why some players don't want to use it. Maybe their character is so good already, something like that. But
To be
um,
honest, admin, it's
yeah,
because of the price po.
yeah,
40 to 50 million is just not realistic
yeah.
for free to play players. With me po admin, farming with my character 2 to 3 hours can only give me around 20 to 30 million po. Can you imagine using 50 million worth of buff for just one TW and it doesn't even last the entirety of the TW po?
Uh, yeah. I think we can like decrease the crafting cost of the spicy pork. And we'll see if on the elixirs as well. But yeah. Let's see about it. If we go
Yes, po, admin.
decrease it. Wait, I just want to address this one. Naglalaro ba si Tricky ng Patago? No, I'm not playing. And I ordered the whole team as well that if devs see a player playing, delete the character, block the account. If a staff playing, I mean a GM and an admin, just automatic delete the character.
Mhm.
Admin, this is one of the most spammed concern, which is the locker. Would it be possible that it can be functional again so we can save gold in the locker?
Is Mahad here? Mahadu. As much as possible, we did that because, as you all know, before, I don't want to say this, but it is regarding also to the one who's removed to the team that we're monitoring gold, but it's not burning. It's blowing up really fast, and I think there's like a bug before that happened, and that what's called this. We disabled the locker, the gold to be put on locker, so we can monitor the gold better. And because if it's in the locker, it's only the devs that can see it. So if the gold is just in the inventory, we can monitor it faster and better. Uh, Ikuna Koro game.
Thank
Yeah.
you for the admin. Another thing that I've read here in the chat is regarding the scamper shoes.
Yeah.
Only available for 6 hours. Would it be possible, or on the next maintenance, can a 1 day, 12 hours, 24 hour variation be released?
Yeah, actually, it's on the list of our patch notes here. If our devs will be able to make it, yeah, we'll release it because a lot of players suggested that before also.
Yes. Admin trick, another question, another request rather. This
Yeah,
is
sure.
by Skipper po. this is actually a really good suggestion po. If we can change the newbie box level armor from level 50 to level 1 po. Because admin trick, I don't know if you're aware of this, but ever since I started playing in this server po talaga,
Yeah.
the destiny boxes are still broken po
Yeah.
from maps
From the
lower than
countryside.
prison. So
Yeah.
the starting leveling experience of our newbies is hard already. Can you imagine leveling with only preparatory from level 1 to
Mm.
50?
Yeah.
Yun pa.
That's a good one. I think you're taking notes on that, right? So
Mhm.
just forward it to me later and put it because I think that's a good one.
Mhm.
Um, sorry, Heaven. This one, I already asked regarding a permanent costume earlier. However, for this one, players are asking if it's possible that a costume can be released that can be purchased through gold without stats, and just for the sake of just dressing up their character.
Yeah. I think I said earlier about this Mr. Ukai. I'll ask devs to bring back Mr. Ukai because he's selling costumes for newbies, for starters. So and for those who want fashion only. Yeah. Para makapag
And then admin, another one po.
yes.
Mm, a lot of players are asking for this po. Yeah, I even wrote this po during the last podium. Is it possible for kill streaks po to be added in the TW po? Like first blood, double kill, triple kill, and things like that po.
Uh, it is possible, but do our players want it? Will it not be a hindrance? Let's see. Lag yan. No, yes, no, yes, no, yes, no. I think we better have a poll regarding that because as to what I'm seeing,
Mhm.
the answers are half. Yes.
Maybe if ever it does get implemented, admin tricky, baka
Yeah.
po pwede na lang nasa options na pwedeng ma-disable po para sa may mga ayaw po.
Mm. Is
If
that
ever
possible?
po.
Davis, Mahad, I know you're here. You're chatting on. If we put kill streak.
I'm going to bring admin Devis po to speak if it's possible. But
It's fine.
in, in, in the general chat though, I do agree that for now I think the time that the developers are using, maybe let's just push that double kill or whatever notifications in the last po.
Yeah.
There's still a lot of things that the developers need to handle first. One being the rollbacks. I know that the people in general chat are really getting
Yeah.
angry about that. But
Yeah, but don't worry, guys. Rollbacks will surely be processed. I asked Davis to focus on that more, and once that tool he's making is out, it will be faster process.
okay, guys. Admin Tricky, I think last 4 minutes. Is that okay with you, Admin Tricky?
Yeah,
So we
sure,
can
sure,
end
sure.
at around 10:40. Okay, guys, go ask more questions, please.
I think Kane wants to talk. If you want to
Oh,
talk, Kane,
okay, come on. I'm gonna invite her.
it's
While
no.
waiting for Kane po, one question, or this is a persisting question actually from the players. What's the current status of the rollbacks? As some players reach out to us, moderators, asking their rollback was way back November.
Yeah. Regarding that, our devs are still doing it, but as what I've said earlier, the access to the tool they're using is very limited. That's why we ask devs to create another tool that even our GMs can access it and can help processing this rollbacks. But on this rollbacks, there it's just really too many. That's why it's taking delay, and maybe some of you thinking we're not already doing it. It's not true. We're doing it daily. It's just really so many. Ganun.
Yes po. Si Kane po nawala na, tumakas po. Hindi na po siya mahanap sa audience member. But, yes, oh my god, thank you for this, Noir. Some are asking me about healing po in Tyranny. Shamans should get more contribution po when healing. Yes po, I second this one po, Admin Tricky. What's your opinion on this po?
Yeah, I think that would be good, but as you all know, that heal can be bugged as well. I don't know if you guys know how to do it, but that's one thing that we're avoiding. But yeah, we can do it. We can increase it. So our shamans will have more country, especially when we released our country items already.
Mhm. And then admin, since the hide dead body and fixed hide skills po are still not implemented, for
Yeah.
now po, is it possible for the shaman's cast range, rather the buff application range from where the shaman is standing be increased just a little bit po? Because
Mm,
it can be very confusing po, especially since when we're fighting around towers po and then I can't really see anyone anymore because of the
okay.
dead bodies po.
We'll try to do it. If it will not be too overpower, then we'll see. But as you all know, all the answers I'm giving you here is really not final. Our team needs to discuss about it first. But if the update is really good and it's beneficial to all players, then why will not do it?
Admin Tricky, Davis is raising his
Yes.
hands. I invited him already.
I don't think he will accept it. Don't worry about it. There
Um,
is.
as and then I have last two questions before we can, I think, end the podium, as most have been discussed already. So the first one is: do we have plans to have a web auction for players to sell their items via Arcoin or Gold, or an auction for a very limited items that we can release?
Actually, that auction is discussed before. If we'll do it, because it will be a good burning mechanism as well. But mm, some of our team do not agree into it because, as you all know, what's it called this? Our spenders might just buy all the golds, then they'll be the one to have those items again. But then, what's the other one that you said? I forgot.
The second one would be the promised Suryun event from the last
Oh
podium.
yeah. Regarding the
Um,
Sorian event, yeah.
when is this possible po?
Actually, regarding this Sorian event, um, me personally, I don't want to implement that here because um, I know before we have Sorians, but I think that is just good for low episode servers, wherein it's really hard to farm refines there. But as you all know, here in GS gameplay, it's easy to farm because we have these ski mobs, we have this only mob setup here, not like in low episode servers wherein they need to keep on moving, keep controlling their characters to farm. But mm, yeah, just put it on the note and we'll discuss about it. Maybe our team will agree on that one. It's just my personal opinion.
Thank you, admin. I see a very interesting suggestion here, which is to like quote unquote NFT their character, which means they can put their character on sale and I think
Mhm.
it can be purchased through Arcoin. Is it possible po?
Actually, Admin Rafa is trying to do it, and it's to do this one. But then it might take time if it's possible. But um, since Admin Rafa is not here yet, but yeah, I saw them discussing about it, like putting your items on website, so players can buy through Arcoin, something like that. So if they successfully do it, yeah, I think that will be good. Ooh, what's that?
Before we end po, admin, just some closing suggestions po.
Yeah, sure. This is
Mm,
funny. What's this? Accepting Transformer streamer.
anyway po, I'm sorry. Yung general chat natin, napakakulit. Moving forward po, admin. Yung pet name po, pet name sa web shop, yung, what do you call this? Yung costume color change.
Yeah.
And then, admin tricky please po, if pwede po natin ma-expedite to. Yung pag-ayos po sana ng change color cards po ng bike and
Ooh.
car pa. Opo, gusto ko na pong maging pink yung motor ko. Please lang po.
Um,
Matagal na po yan. Magta 2 months ko na pong request yun.
So
also,
just
the
put
inclusion
it.
of costume
Put
dyes, sir.
everything on the notes here.
Opo. And
Also,
then po, yes, may other questions pa tayo guys? Nor, Chloe?
uh, please include the costume dye. Magkakamukha na yung mga naka-grip eh.
Oh yeah, custom die. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yes, custom die. We can have it for sure. Just put it everything on the notes, okay? This is a lot, so
Opo.
for sure I forgot some of it. What's this one? What's one? Wait. Uh.
Si,
Oh, Devers.
si Devis daw po, magsasalita. Press 1 daw po.
Go on. You talk.
Go po, Sir
Devers.
Davis.
You're really famous here. Their favorite developer,
Ay,
Devers.
while waiting for Devis po pala, is it possible na maging tradable po yung low valor or fine valor?
We've discussed about it, but in our latest discussion, I think we might consider fine valor, but for low valor, I think not yet. Because there's really reasons why we do it, you know. Because the more characters farm, they need to craft it for them to be able to trade it, and that's one way to burn gold. But I don't know. We'll see. Maybe fine will be tradable, but for low, I don't think so.
Okay po.
How about gaining medal in Tyranny?
Yeah, auto reward. We'll see about it because that might be a really fast progress for PvP medals because there's a lot of tyranny, not like
sir.
CTF. Yeah. Yeah, basically, add ARP one and for tyranny. Oh. Flame weapons. That's still a long way to go. We're still we're just on A weapons. You want flame weapons yet?
Yung ano daw po pala, tyranny, for the tyranny ranking, is it possible that we can release here on Discord or in the website the rankings?
Rankings for what?
Daily, weekly, monthly ranking.
You mean for the kills contribution? I think contribution
Yes
is there.
po.
Yeah. For the kills, yeah, I think we can have it.
Mm, Sir Tricky,
Yeah.
GM UI is asking po something.
Oh, Will we
When
release triple seal
yes,
card?
yan po.
Not in the near future, since we have just 4 stats yet. As much as possible, we don't want perfect 4 stats. Triple seal, maybe. Don't know yet. When the stats is already 5 stats, maybe we'll have it.
And then Admin Tricky, another good one po. Is it because we have introduced Paradise map po, and
Yeah.
we're all aware that uh, the 24-hour ticket exists. Is it
Yeah.
possible for the craft materials, their limit to be increased po? For example, the sauce, eggs, is it possible from 50, can we do it as maybe 1,000 so that it only eats one slot space?
We'll see about it
Mm-hmm.
because it's big. What you call this? As much as possible. As to what I've said earlier, we want the materials to be crafted right away. Because it will help really in gold burn. But maybe we can increase it. But I don't know if 1,000. Maybe by just a little we can.
Mm-hmm. And maybe with that being said, Admin Tricky, you did say that you want the players to craft them immediately. Maybe instead of us focusing in increasing the slot limit, maybe we should probably start listening to the players and readjust the prices po.
Yeah.
Because obviously the only reason why these players are not crafting it is because the price is unrealistic po.
Yeah. Yeah, sure. We'll consider those.
Mm-hmm.
Those things. Mag-TTW na need na magpa-RG. Oh yeah, it's
Sige pa.
TTW in 10
Okay
minutes.
pa. Okay. So, Admin Tricky, Chloe, and Nor, do we have any other questions po?
Everything's settled here na yan.
Mhm.
And by the way, for our players, the minutes will be posted by tomorrow, hopefully.
Yeah, and one thing I think we can, as per discussed before, I think we can follow the schedule of Podium maybe once or twice a month. Yeah, I'll be good with that. Just let me know.
Yes, Pad.
Sir, last one.
Yeah,
Since
sure.
it's Christmas, can we expect something on December 25 from the admins on our
For
item
that
shop?
you'll see. I will not discuss anything.
Ahem, ahem, ahem.
Admin, baka naman.
Baka naman admin.
Let's see what Davis will give you guys.
Sige po. So with that, guys, I know you guys want to play TW, which will start in 9 minutes exactly. For that, I think it's clear that we are about to end the podium for here. Rest assured that there will be more podiums to come. Again, guys, for all the concerns or suggestions that have been left unanswered, rest assured that I have taken notes of them, and most likely they will be answered during during the next podium rather. Again, I would highly recommend for each and every one to please utilize our suggestions channel. Again, if you notice, the questions that was answered earlier during the podium, at the start of the podium rather, these were the highly upvoted suggestions po. So with that being said, guys, I will now end the podium. Have a great evening, guys. Thank you. Bye-bye. Thank you, Chloe. Thank you, Admin Tricky.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Wait
Merry
lang, wait lang. Si
Christmas.
Sir
Uy,
Davis
uy, Sir
nandito.
Davis.
Wait lang. Wait lang. Sir Davis, yes po. Ano po yan?
Hello.
Sir Davis.
Okay, good night, good night, good night.
Yes po. Okay. So, thank you, guys. Oh,
Bye. Thanks.
okay po. Gemelius, yung pet skills daw. Sige po.
GM, yung pet skill GM.
Sir Davis, yung rollback daw. Sige po. Thank you, guys.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you, guys.
Bye. I'm gonna end the podium already, guys.